Yeah, hello class. My name is Kabunet Brian Kiprono. I'm going to discuss about the impact of poverty on education and how it impacts the global issue. And my topic, I'm going to focus on an issue that is happening in Kenya, which is somehow affecting education globally, and some of the remedies that we have to some of the remedies on my proposal to be taken swiftly to address the issue. And also I'm going to address some of the challenges that the stakeholders might face in enacting the proposals. I want to begin first by highlighting an example of a school in Kenya. I've taken an example of a New Hope primary school. And my main topic of issue or main topic of concern, I'm going to speak about poverty level in Kenya and how it impacts globally education, some of the remedies and some of the impacts that are going to be faced in future. New Hope Primary School is a school situated in Kenya in a poverty-stricken area, slums in Kenya called Kibera. I decided to take an example of this school because it is located in the heart of a slum in Kenya, and it faces a lot of issues which I believe is also poses a threat to education globally. First of all, people in informal settlements faces a lot of issues financially, economically, because of lack of enough resources to sustain their way of life. Most of people here survive on less than $1 a day, as per the statistics made by UN on poor countries index on how they survive. Most people here lack basic commodities like food, clothing and shelter, and that's why they are compelled to live in slums, skip meals a day, and at some point they find it hard sending children to school. A child born and raised in these slums goes to school in these slums faces the following challenges. One is lack of enough resources to sustain themselves in schools, because they may lack means of transport going to school, like they lack means of transport like buses or any other facilities that they may get to school. Hence, they walk by foot. Secondly, they lack basic resources like the school uniforms, school meals. When they are going to school, the schools also faces a major challenge of financial constraints, because sustaining the student population faces a threat to the school, because they lack enough resources to hire more teachers, to build infrastructures in the school, to sustain the student population. Hence, they face a very big challenge. Another challenge is facing New Hope Primary School is inadequate funding by the relevant bodies and relevant authorities, because generally it is located in a poor country in Africa. The government sometimes do not provide support. So we find that in this school, because of poverty, a child born and raised in Kibera is not equally advantage to a child born in Britain, a child born in Germany, or a child born in these first world countries, because of the challenges. Why this issue is a global issue is because, apart from New Hope Primary School located in the slums of Kibera in Kenya, there are numerous countries in Africa, there are numerous countries all over the world who are very poor. And I'm going to take an example of a country like India, which is the poorest country in the world. I'm going to take into consideration some of the poorest countries in the world, like Mozambique, Chad, Burundi, some Asian countries. I'm going also to take examples of even some of these first world countries, but some sections of communities still live in poverty. So it is a global issue because it affects all institutions in the named countries, whereby lack of resources inhibits the school to run effectively. Lack of resources by individuals, families, make the students lack basic commodities while they are going to school, give a lot of pressure to students in terms of stress. They may not learn properly because a child, instead of concentrating on a class, they think where they are going to get the next meal. They're hungry. They have low self-esteem, unlike those students who come from well-advantaged families, where they are being dropped at by the school gate by cars. They are very smartly dressed. They have access to food. They have access to technology. They have access to good teachers. So it poses a threat to global issue because it inhibits equality in provision of equal education. Secondly, it is a global threat because it makes some other students from other first world countries go far, unlike the other students who are from poor countries. Hence, imbalance in the education landscape in the world. My proposal on this, first proposal is that if by creating economic social initiative that will leverage poverty on these poor-stricken schools,